Legendary singer and songwriter Steve Kekana passed away on the 1st of July after a long illness. Icon PJ Powers joins us tonight to pay a special tribute to the musician. It's very good to have you with us this evening. I believe you were good friends. You knew each other for something like 37 years. I should imagine that he's sorely missed in your world as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I think we've all lost a great South African iconic musician and all of that stuff. But most of all, how I feel right now is I've lost a friend, and it's not a nice feeling at all.
You know, if you look at the sort of impact that he made on the music scene here in South Africa and his desire to bolster getting the young into the scene, I mean, how successful was he doing that?
Well, I think he was doing it enormously successful. I mean, Steve was one of those people that no matter what he did, he did it well and he did it to the best of his ability. You know, the Blind Foundation was going fantastically well. I'll never forget when we toured the world. You know, Steve initially had wanted to be a soccer player until he went blind. And I'll never forget being in Germany in Bremen one year when we were promoting Feel So Strong, and we put the soccer ball into a plastic bag, and once he got the soccer ball, you couldn't get it away from him. He was lightning fast, and that's what he was like with all young people. He was playful. He was. I think the side to Steve that not a lot of people unfortunately saw was his enormous sense of humour. He was a prankster of note. He really was.
And you worked with him, a collaboration with him on a song, Feel So Strong. Tell us a little bit more about that. And I'm hoping you can, at the end of this interview, sing us a few lines.
Yeah. In fact, I just found the Musikladen, which was the German, you know, it became, Feel So Strong became huge in Europe and Germany. And so we did Feel So Strong. I'd gone down to the Coliseum to see him perform. And I just thought, wow, you know, he was being touted as being South Africa's Stevie Wonder. I thought there was more there. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And approached him backstage, and from the day I met him, he was incredibly friendly, incredibly warm. He had, you know, these big hands that were just always so embracing. And we did Feel So Strong together. Then we went on to do other collaborations, because after Feel So Strong, he said to me, come on, I need another one of those for my career. So I wrote him a song called Nkonke Esikufunayo Ukuse Africa, which means all we need is here in Africa. And that became a really big hit for him. And then we ended up doing that as a duet as well. So we had this sort of long, drawn-out trajectory. And the sadness that I sit with today was we both won last year. He won the best traditional music artist male, and I won best traditional music artist female. And that was the last time I saw him. And we'd shared this great delight at having won the male and female version of the same award so many years later, which was in November, December this last year.
What a lovely celebration of your friendship and collaboration.
It was a great celebration.
Tell us about how you are doing at the moment. I mean, so many artists have been badly affected by the lockdowns. It doesn't seem that there's going to be any end to that soon. Where's it left you?
Financially up the creek without a paddle. But I'm certainly doing, I think, a bit better than a lot of my colleagues who are really going hungry. I think that, you know, when, you know, restaurants are able to open until 9 o'clock and then they are allowed to sell beer, there's been a bit of respite through this whole thing. There's been none for us. I mean, I've cancelled 3 tours. So from that point of view, but, you know, those kind of things you wangle and you get through and you somehow manage to muddle your way through. Being a songwriter has been my biggest asset, because you know, those bits and drabs of royalties that have come through haven't stopped. However, sometimes I wake up in the morning, and I've got to that point now, actually. I've lost 3 friends very close friends this week. And I've got to a point where it's like, it's enough. And more than financially, I feel as if I wake up in the morning and I feel as if somebody's grabbed a hold of my soul and is just ripping it out of my body. Sounds very dramatic, but that is how I feel.
I mean, it's dark times for so many people. I'm sorry to hear about your friends. Are you in the mood to sing us a few lines of any of your collaborations with Steve?
Of course I am. I will do anything for him. Well, there were two, so we'll just do the obvious one, which is, and I feel so your love has made me feel again that I belong. I couldn't really tell you, so I wrote this song. And funnily enough, when we recorded that, I couldn't really tell you, so I wrote this song. Never thought I'd find a love quite like you. Because I didn't have it. That, across the colour bar, love affair happening, no matter how surface or it was just music. We had to change it to, I never thought I'd find a friend quite like you, which was quite amusing. And then, of course, we had that huge success with I Love You, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, yeah. Which we did together, and many others. We performed so many times together, Steve and I. It's the one collaboration that I've done in my career, and I've done it to you, that I really...
PJ, I think your hand is on the mic.
Oh, sorry. We really exploited that collaboration. It was fantastic to sing with him so often. We did the celebration, we did the Hotline reunion, we toured the whole of East Africa together. As I said, the whole of Europe and Germany, and I mean, Germany is Europe, and the UK. So it was a beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful time in both of our lives.
Well, thank you for sharing this beautiful relationship with us, and I wish we had more time so you could sing through all the collaborations. PJ Powers, good to talk to you. Thank you.